Hey lovely, today we are making French apple cake. And if you've never had it, it's a very simple and delicious dessert to make. My kids loved it. As a matter of fact, it was gone by that evening. So I want to show you how this is made. We start off with flour, of course. And you can see here my daughter is actually helping me make this because it's so easy. I let her do most of the work. Of course, we're going to add sugar to that. And then we're also going to add our baking powder. And we're also going to do a pinch of salt because every great dessert has a little bit of salt in it, right? Now we're going to whisk that all together. Now we're going to add some oil to a measuring cup. And we're going to pour that in and get started on our wet ingredients. Next, 2 eggs, and we're going to whisk that together. Now we're going to add some vanilla and a tablespoon of brandy. This recipe traditionally does have rum or brandy in it. It is completely optional to me. You can take it or leave it. I actually don't usually have brandy or rum in the house, and so I got a little tiny one just for this recipe. Now we're going to go ahead and add the eggs and oil and vanilla to our dry ingredients, and we're going to slowly stir in some milk until we get it into the texture that we want it to be. Mix that up well and make sure that there are no lumps in our mixture without overdoing it, of course. We want to go ahead and butter up a springform pan. We want to butter it really, really well. We want to get every corner. And then we're going to go ahead and add our cake mixture. And I'm going to dice up 3 apples, and I chose Granny Smith apples because I love the tart flavor of Granny Smith apples with the sweetness of the cake. You can choose any sturdy apple that you like. It can be a Honey Crisp apple. You can even use a Gala apple. So it's totally up to you. There's no wrong way to do this. And then we're going to add all of our apples to our cake mixture. I had some apples left over. If I could do it again, I would add every single apple to it. So add all the apples. We're going to go ahead and cook that at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're going to get started on our topping. We're combining eggs and sugar. And we're also going to add some butter, some melted butter to that. And finally, some lemon zest. We're going to combine all that, and we're going to put this over the top of the cake when it comes out of the oven. And this is what it looks like when it initially comes out. And so we're going to pour our topping all over, making sure that it sinks into that cake and gets into every crack and crevice. And we're going to pop this back into the oven for 12 minutes on 350 degrees. And this is what it looks like when it finally comes out. It smells so good. I can smell the lemon. And we're going to run a knife around the edges before we remove this from our springform pan. You guys, if you like recipes like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I love doing desserts. And I'm also going to be uploading some fabulous dinner recipes. I think that your whole family will enjoy this. It tastes good and it's so easy to make. It's best when it's eaten warm. And I just sprinkled some powdered sugar over the top to make it really pretty for the kids. And I actually sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon over the top at the end. And so I definitely add maybe a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cinnamon in the recipe next time. If you enjoy this recipe, like and subscribe. If you're going to try this, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you on the next video.